Hello everyone, today I will tell you about an important and unforgettable event in the history of Kazakhstan. The December 1986 protests in Almaty, widely known as Желтоқсан. These events took place from December 16 to December 19, 1986, during the final years of the Soviet Union. At that time, Kazakhstan was part of the USSR, governed by the Communist Party. Muhammad Qonaev was the first secretary of the Communist Party of Kazakhstan, a respected Kazakh leader who had served for many years and was trusted by the people. However, in December 1986, the Soviet leadership in Moscow abruptly removed Qonaev from his position and replaced him with Gennady Kolbin, an ethnic Russian who had no connection to Kazakhstan. This decision was made without consulting the Kazakh people or their local authorities. This appointment was perceived by many Kazakhs as an insult and a sign of disrespect to their national identity and sovereignty. It sparked outrage, especially among young people and students who saw this as an attempt to suppress Kazakh culture and political influence.
On the evening of December 16, thousands of students and young people gathered in the central square of Almaty to peacefully protest the appointment of Kolbin. Their demands were simple. They wanted local leaderships that represented the interests of Kazakhs and respected their national identity.
Among the brave young protesters were individuals who would later become symbols of the Желтоқсан movement's courage and sacrifice. Kairat Raskulbekov, a student and activist, was one of the leaders of the protests. He was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death, later commuted to imprisonment. Kairat died in prison under controversial circumstances, but remains a national hero and symbol of resistance. Sabira Muhammadjanova was a student and activist deeply involved in organizing the protests. Known for her strong leadership and dedication to Kazakh national rights, Sabira became a symbol of youth courage and resilience. Despite facing pressure and repression from Soviet authorities, she remained steadfast and in her commitment to justice and national dignity. Lazat Asanova was another brave young participant, known for her activism and vocal stance against the unjust political decisions imposed by Moscow. Lazat's involvement made her a target of government crackdowns, yet she continued to inspire many with her determination and bravery.
The protests were peaceful at first, but the Soviet government reacted harshly. Security forces, including troops and police, used violence to break up the demonstrations. Hundreds of young protesters were arrested. Official numbers suggest around 600 detainees, but the real number was likely higher. There were injuries and deaths, but the exact figures have never been fully disclosed. Despite this repression, Желтоқсан became a turning point for Kazakhstan. It awakened a strong sense of national pride and political awareness. The courage shown by these young people inspired later generations and helped fuel the movement for Kazakhstan independence. Kazakhstan declared its independence in 1991 following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, and Желтоқсан is remembered as one of the first clear signs of the country's desire for freedom and self-determination.
Today, every year on December 16, Kazakhstan commemorates Желтоқsan's Day. It is a day to honor those brave young people who stood up for their nation's dignity, rights, and future. Their actions remind us of the power of peaceful protest, the importance of standing for justice, and the enduring strength of national identity. By remembering Желтоқсан, we also remember the value of courage and in the face of oppression, and the vital role youth activism can play in shaping history. Thank you for listening to the story about a defining moment in Kazakhstan's journey towards independence.
Айтатын сөзіңіз бар ма? Күнәдан таза басым бар, 21-дей жасым бар, қасқалдақтай қаным бар, боз торғайдай жаным бар, қайрат деген атым бар, қазақ деген затым бар, еркек доктор құрбаны, атам десем, атым да,